Yeah, he's a bass. Do something bass-like.
Hold on, let me get this.
Do something more bass-like.
Hi, welcome to Third of the Issues. I'm Lalo.
Hi, I'm Jens.
I'm Bravo.
And
Do something bass-like, Bravo.
do something bass like.
He's a bass.
He's a bass. Do by the way.
Bass. Say bass, but really low.
Bass.
Yes.
Yes. So in honor of
Raw. Go really low, as low as you can.
in honor of Donny Cates' run on Thor, because right now
He has a run with Thor.
he's in the run of Thor right now, in the current run of Thor.
Oh, okay.
Comic book run.
And he is, in honor of his run of Thor, which is now in like the first arc, I think. Yeah. We're going over the book where I found out about Donny Cates. We're doing God Country. So, this book is amazing.
Is it God Dash Country?
God Country.
God Space Country with a
It's
lion.
God Country.
It got slashed in half because he kills gods.
And this book is
No
completely
spoilers.
amazing. Completely amazing. It's the best of his art, the best of his work.
So did he write it and also do art?
No, he wrote it and gave it to Jeff Shaw.
And Jeff Shaw did the art.
Jeff Shaw is the artist of this book. And they have worked together before in several books.
What is Donny Cates known for before this?
Before this, he did a solo run on his self-published book called Baby Teeth and
Teeth.
Redneck. Redneck.
And he did the art and the.
No, he's writing. He just
It
writes.
was just him and there was one other.
Yeah, because he doesn't do art. Well, if you look through his Twitter, he does some.
But he's not like he's not.
But he's
like,
not an artist himself.
It's not this kind of stuff.
He's just like sketching like everyone does. Like
I could fake sketching if I wanted.
yeah, it's fake sketching.
I can draw fingers. That's
He's
it.
really good
That
at
is
drawing
amazing.
fingers.
Only not hands.
Have you
just
seen his
fingers.
drawing of a finger?
Singular
Hey,
finger.
okay, yep.
Salvation is a double-edged sword is the
Quote of the book.
like the title, not title, but like the theme of this
Slogan.
book. Yeah. And where this book started, this is very personal for Donny Cates, because he first wrote this as a family thing.
Family thing.
Yeah.
So like
for-
family
for-
friendly or just like a
No,
story
it's not
about
family
family?
friendly.
It's
rated
the
M.
story about family.
It's rated M, bro.
Oh.
The story starts with like this legend that's been passed down through generations to generations, and
There's a quote.
we find out that this guy who is telling the story is the
Spoilers.
grandfather of the main character, grandson of the main character,
That's not a major spoiler though, is
who's
it?
Emmett Quinlan.
I met Quinlan.
And the story starts with like a long time ago in West Texas there was a storm.
Like a dust storm.
Yes,
Okay.
and we meet the Quinlans.
Quinlan's.
And which is Roy, Dina, and which is their daughter,
Yeah.
and Janie, who's the wife of Roy. And they're like get home, rush, because guess what? Roy's father was in the highway.
Oh.
He got into an accident.
No. Roy's father suffers with Alzheimer's.
Oh, so he was driving. Like.
No, he wasn't in the they found him walking in the highway.
Oh.
And
He didn't get hit though.
no, the police what Roy's asking to the police officer who's outside his house is, did he hurt anyone? And it's like, let's talk out inside the house. And what Roy says is like, okay,
Is Roy the guy with the not that kind of hair? That's Roy.
that's Roy. This is Roy. This is the
Okay.
son. And they go inside and start talking like, I had one of my deputies draw on him.
Oh.
That's how bad it got.
But they didn't shoot.
No, it took 3 guys, and it took 3 other guys to get in the police car. And right when they're talking, what the police is saying, the cop is saying is, you should put him in a home. Like, you gotta fix this, because it ain't getting fixed by itself. And your mom died a long time ago, and she was the only one who could handle him and help him. And right when he says that, Emmett just shows up. Emmett Quinlan is the father.
Oh, the
of
one
Roy.
who has
Roy's
Alzheimer's.
father. He walks downstairs.
How did he show up if he?
He was upstairs. They put him
back. Okay.
They put him back in his house, and he was upstairs. And he wakes up, and he said, "I'll kill every single one of you, you mother blippers."
Because it's like, what are you doing in my house?
What are you doing in my house? I'll kill you. Get the hell out of my house. And Dina, Emmett's granddaughter, went into the house. And right when Emmett freaked out, and she started yelling at everyone, especially her. Janie got her outside of the house. And he said and Roy and Janie had a big fight because Janie don't want to be here.
She doesn't want to be with the...
All she sees is a hateful man who is not doing anything good.
Mm-hmm.
But Roy's like, no, you don't understand. He's my father. He's a good man. You just don't see him like I do. And they fight. They get in a fight. They get in a huge fight, and she leaves him.
Mm-hmm.
And the police officer is like, are you okay? Do you have anything? He's just standing there like, he's just standing there and like,
Oh, what do I do?
That'd be like the worst situation to be in. Like you're just like, we're gonna go now.
and the cop is like, do you have a ride home? Or will you stay here? Like, no, I'll just stay here with my dad. And
He's a good man.
he's a good man. And later that night, the storm is coming. A rumble through the air, slicing through West Texas.
Why is there singing?
Because the man, it's a hobo. He's singing like
He's
a
singing
song,
the song.
and they show like a pack of dogs are just running, and he freaks out because he thinks they're gonna attack him, but they just run past him, and all he sees after that is a storm, a green demon storm that is destroying to West Texas, and Dina and Janie are going back to Austin where they live.
It looks like a UFO, kind of.
It's
not
yeah,
that
it's
like
an
that.
energy storm, and they get
Snap.
stopped by the storm, by the tornado.
Are they caught in it?
No, it goes right through them, like go past them, and it goes
It goes around them or actually like past it? Like...
No, goes around him,
Oh, okay, so don't go inside.
and it goes to their house, to the Quinlan home.
Mhm.
And the narration through the book, it says the fact that everyone survived the storm would have been a hell of a story to begin with. But there was something else inside of it. And when Dina and Janie get there, there was something else. Dina runs towards his father and hugs him, and it's like, everything's gonna be okay. And then a demon shows up.
It's like big
A
dark
demon,
monster.
a dark figure, 20 feet tall, shows up. And it says, Roy wasn't a fighter, by no stretch of the word. But Emmett was something else. Emmett Quinlan was a god. And we see Emmett Quinlan grabbing a sword, a 12-foot sword, attacking the demon straight head on, killing it immediately.
Snap.
And for the first time in his life, Emmett Quinlan remembered his name. For the first time in a long time, Emmett Quinlan remembered his name and remembered who he was.
The sword's
And
name?
he remembers his own son.
The sword's name?
No, his
No,
own
but the
name.
sword's name is also here.
Oh, and yes, the sword has a name, because of course it has a name.
Yeah.
His name is Valifax.
His name.
Yes,
Swords or
the
his?
sword's name is Valifax.
And it's a he.
Okay.
So it's a male sword. So if there's a...
Well,
It could
it's a
theoretically
thing.
reproduce.
It's a thing.
Okay. They just call it he.
And
It's like America's a she, but if there was a male
Emmett
country, you know...
says, Roy, God, I remember you. For the first time I can remember you. When did I get so damn old?
Where did the sword appear? So it...
And Dina said, Grandpa? And said, did you say Grandpa? Like, am I a grandfather? Am I a grandfather?
He doesn't even know that.
He didn't even know that.
So he basically resets to like... This is him before
This is
he...
factory setting. They went back to factory setting with Emmett. And it says that the sword came here to help to fight a fight that wasn't his, that wasn't Emmett's. But what they didn't know, and this is how the story goes. This is how the story starts with an old man, a tornado, a demon, a sword, and the god who wanted it back.
Oh,
This is Taristus, god of war and honor.
it's
And
the
blood.
Greek and Roman gods.
And Dina's like, holy crap, Grandpa.
His belly's all exposed.
Yeah, his shirt is torn. Like he woke and he's like, their house is destroyed. Emmett's house is destroyed. and says maybe we should go back to Austin. It's like no. And so he's like and they're like talking of how they remember each other, and Janie picks Dina up.
So does he say anything about his sword? Like, does he know anything?
Not yet.
Okay.
Janie picks Dina up, and it's like, Janie, right? That's your name? Like, yes. I'm surprised you can remember it. Like, I can remember everything, and she just hugs her, and but also, like his dad, Roy says, Dad, we should probably leave. Like, we should probably go to Austin where we are safe. He's like, no, I'm not going anywhere. Like, your grandfather built this house on nothing. It may not be good. Hell, the foundation is so cracked, the door could even open without lifting it up, and like, it would get stuck all the time. I'm building it up, and he builds the house all by himself.
With a sword?
With Valifax. And Roy is like freaking out, like, Dad, are you building the house by yourself? Are you seriously thinking that? No, it's Valifax. Valifax is building it, rebuilding it.
So the house gets built back to perfect.
Well, back to how Emmett remembers it.
So a condition of how it used to be.
Yeah. And he says, stay in the house. And Aristus gets there. Aristus isn't there outside of their home. And says, hello, I'm Aristus, god of war and blood and honor. Hi.
Hi.
And here's the thing.
I want that sword.
The sword is not mine. It's my father's. So you have to give it back to me.
He's getting it for his dad.
And he's like, no. And he shoves the sword up in his face. And the sword says, kneel.
The sword says kneel?
The sword, yeah, he says kneel. And he says, Valifax.
So basically, Emmett is just serving as like the holder of the sword. Like the sword's doing all the work.
Yes. And Valifax says, you forget your ways when you're talking to the god of wall blades. Aristus, stand back.
Oh, so it's a manifestation of the god of blades.
Yes.
Oh. So so they're both gods.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And Valifax, I'm so sorry. I didn't know this is where you wanted to be. I apologize. Forgive my tongue when I speak to you. And like, good. And Janie says,
What?
she drops an F-bomb and
Mommy curses.
I mean,
yeah, Mommy cursed. Dina says, Mommy cursed. And like, yeah, she did.
honestly, in one day there was a dust storm where your Alzheimer's dad got walked out into a highway, and then he came back, threatened to kill everyone. And then when you left all mad, a tornado came.
Your daughter almost.
And then you go there, and then your
father-in-law.
Yeah,
electric
father-in-law
tornado,
is
electric.
fine now, but he has a big old sword and just killed a demon. And then he's like, hey, I remember your name now. And then you're like, okay, all the crazy stuff's over. And then he like builds a house with the sword.
You're like, what?
And
And
then
then
a
a guy
god-
flies out of space.
And then a guy just falls out of
nowhere,
space out of nowhere.
in full Roman attire.
And he's really big. It's like
And,
colossal.
And
And then
Emmett
And
is
then,
just...
and then the sword talks.
And the sword makes him kneel. He's like,
Emmett,
kneel. Okay.
And Emmett is just proud of himself. Like, yeah, that's right. You better watch your mouth when you speak to me. And the sword in Valifax says, Emmett Quinlan, you are speaking for the gods. Address yourself in a way in such manner. It's like, okay.
Okay.
So
So can the sword make him like swallow?
yes.
Okay. Okay.
And
That's gonna happen. Cause right now he's a blobby dude. He looks like an old.
oh no. Don't. The image of Emmett stays the same except for this hair. He shaves off.
So he's blobby.
No, he stays all. He stays the same throughout the book, but like he cleans himself up.
No, but like he's fat.
Oh no! It's not like the sword can make you Hulk.
It probably could. It just doesn't need to.
And
It's a big sword. It's a
Valifax.
strong sword. It's powerful.
Valifax wants them to talk. And he's like, okay, I guess we're going somewhere. I don't know. We're gonna go talk then. He wants us to talk, so we'll talk. And he opens a portal. And Roy's like, Dad, are you leaving? What the hell? And it's like, yeah, I'm sorry, Roy, I gotta go. The Valifax wants me to talk, so I'll talk. And they go, like, Aristus is just impressed by the place. Like, holy crap. This kingdom is beautiful.
Earth?
No,
Other place.
Texas. And like, what do you call this realm? He's like, it's Texas. Fair enough. Good. And he's like, okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. You don't have to give me the sword. It would be nice. It'd be nice. It'd be dope if you give me the sword, but you don't have to. Like, okay, I am bound by honor to tell you the truth. This is the truth. And so, and I'm just here to explain to you what Valifax is. It's like and Emmett compares Valifax to Excalibur.
Mm-hmm. And
he's like, no, it's not like Excalibur. He is Excalibur. Every story, every tale of an amazing warrior, a great hero, and his unbreakable steel, that is Valifax.
The Mongols, Valifax.
Every blade existing, and it exists, and he's in every fight, every breaking blow by a sword. He's there, just like I am in every war, in every blood, in every pound of blood that is in the body of everyone.
So if it's a war that doesn't use swords, like it's a gun war, he's not there.
Yes, technically.
He's not.
And he says, Emmett, I don't get it. You don't have a war to wage. You don't have people to protect. Why won't you give it to me? And Emmett says, because the moment I touched the sword, I was able to remember my name. I cannot let go of that. Unless you guys can cure me. He's like, of what?
That's pretty selfish.
Of what? Well, I have Alzheimer's disease.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, I don't know what that is. Like, it must be a curse or something like that. If it is so, I can't help you. The place where they went is to the grave of his wife. He says, I don't remember but I remember her. And I remember I lost her. It's not a nice memory, but guess what? It's mine. It belongs to me.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay. I won't. Okay. You can't give me the sword. And you can't. But normally, the way this goes is we have a declaration of war, at least. A word to my father, since you won't relinquish the sword. Do you have a message for my father? He's like, yes, I do, actually. And over at the Kingdom of Always, a tomb is... He is like, what? Aristus, what do you have for me? He says, Valifax has found a champion, and he won't give up the sword. He says, that's disappointing. But, does he have a message for you? Yes, he does. And he goes on to say that this a cry of war said in times of injustice and uneasiness. He says, tell me the damn words. What he says is, yes, father, is come and take it.
Come and take it.
And time has passed.
Yeah, because
time that should have been used to train and make Emmett stronger, but instead it's used to gather up with family.
But Valifax let him do that. And Valifax knows what he needs to do, right?
Yeah, Valifax
knows how much he needs to train.
But Emmett is aware of it. He just wants to be with his family for the first time. So this
he
time,
disobeys Valifax?
No, it's not like Valifax won't make him do anything.
He just says you should do this, probably.
It's a suggestion, like, yo, it's like Merlin.
Yeah.
Merlin would...
King Arthur. Merlin, this is what...
Merlin.
And he says...
Maybe Merlin is Valifax.
And this time was...
away, takes Merlin into Valifax.
This time was spent on playing cowboys and Indians, catching fireflies on the night, and spending time with family.
Playing cowboys and Indians, but with a big sword and accidentally...
With a big sword!
accidentally almost killing your daughter, then bringing her back to life with a sword.
I know who's winning that game.
the Cowboys.
Well, in history, the Cowboys won.
And what Roy is talking is upstairs, And Janie brings him a beer.
Beer.
And she's like, you know, your father is really nice. Like, he's a nice guy. I didn't see it before, and I'm sorry about that. And Roy's like, how many of those have you had?
50.
Like, not enough. And like, not enough yet, but it's been weird couple of days. And they start talking about, and Dina is playing with this grandfather.
Spider-Man?
Dina's playing with his grandfather.
There's a spider on the screen, so I just
Yeah.
said Spider-Man because it looks like. it's
And
about to
she
jump
says,
down.
"Can I play with Balafax?" It's like, well, you're gonna have to ask him. And she says, "Hey, Balafax, whoa, 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 whoa. Do you think I'm a toy? Do you think of me as no? Here's the thing. I do not have the time for this. I am not your grandpa's sword. And furthermore, I am not a he. I am a blade. I am all blades. And as we speak, I am a war in more realms than you can ever imagine. I'm blocking endless blows, flying through the ancient galactic evils, and they're drowning in the blood of million dying warriors. In places where you have never heard of and you will never see. But little Quinlan, I am also held by noble champions, fighting against odds immeasurable and powerful and unfathomable power. I feel each of their trembling hands, the thunderous beatings of their heart. I know they are afraid of what they may get, but when I am needed, as I am here with you, everything shall end. And
Wait, everything shall end?
everything shall end. It will end. All of it. You, me. We gonna be gone someday. Except for me.
She gone.
Except for me, because I'm gonna be here always.
Because he's the.
And she is like,
As long as there's a sword.
Dina is crying.
The sword just gave this little girl a
Existential
midlife crisis at 7.
She's 6.
6.
She's
Or
like.
no,
She's like,
I think
"Mommy,
she's 5. I think
does
she's
life have
5.
meaning, Mommy?"
Legit, I think she's 5.
No.
And she goes inside of the house crying.
Halifax.
And Valifax just says, I'm not accustomed to speaking to children. And Emmett's like, really? What? And we go back to Roy and Janie, and they're talking of how, like, Roy thinks it's his fault. That the way his father is this way, and why he's more gone, that he's... Because all he thinks is, like, he's great with Dina, but he was never like this with me.
Big wolf. Because?
There's like this tale of like parents get softer once they become grandfathers.
Yeah.
Well, apparently he wasn't too soft because he scared her away.
Well, I don't think that's his fault. I think that's
I think that's Balafax's sword.
That's true.
That's Balafax's fault.
That's true.
And
You've got me there.
they're talking of like how Roy wished for his father to be taken away. And something did. Something actually took him away, and he came back. And Emmett is listening. He's hearing them, and he interrupts him. He's like, sorry to interrupt. Dina's mad about something. You should go talk to her, Janie. I don't know what. And she's like, okay. And Roy's embarrassed because he was talking...
Some crap about his dad, yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, hey, you want to go catch a beer? Is there any more of those beers?
Catch a beer with his dad.
And they start talking. It's like, Dad, about the things you heard. I didn't hear nothing. Like, hey, how are the Rangers? I haven't watched a game in a while. Like, we should maybe catch one on the TV. He's like, Dad,
Before I get rid of the sword.
are you kidding me? No. We gotta talk about what's going on. No. We don't gotta talk about nothing. Like, I'm here, and get that mysticism out of your head. It's not true. The battle of Fights has nothing to do with that. It doesn't have to do with your God, Jesus, or something like that. It's nothing like that. It's just a sword, and it's a sword that's protecting me, and he brought me back. Like, you should be happy about that. Come on.
Jens is doing sign language over here or something.
And he says, Dad, come on. Will you please talk to me? And he says, your mother hugged you too much. Pope, 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 pope. And like, are you kidding me?
I
It's
like it.
unbelievable. Like, your stupid freaking sword brought you back from nothing, from being a rage monster, and you're farther than you've ever been. And Emmett literally just says, here, okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I got diagnosed, everything fell apart for me. I am a man I believe that a man should take care of his own family. And I couldn't even do that to your mom.
Ooh.
She died taking care of me, man. Do you blame me for being like this? And Roy's like, Dad, a zombie bites him in the shoulder.
Oh, ooh, blood everywhere.
And
They probably bit him in his carotid artery.
Roy hits him, and like, Roy, get back in the house now. Battlefax, what's going on?
That's a carotid artery.
I don't know
He's
about
gonna
that because
bleed
there'd be more blood
Look at
shooting
that.
out.
Look at that.
Well, I guess, but like in this, it would be like spewing
Oh,
out
yeah,
rather
you're
than
right.
It says,
Especially since
Battlefax, what's going on? Belgium is here. God of death, mysticism, and mischief.
Crunch. Crunch.
It says, you can't hide from it. Nothing can hide from it. And he says, what does that mean? It means it is time for fighting. And a horde of zombies is right outside their house.
I like the image of
The horde.
yeah, the horseman.
The horsemen of the... Yeah.
It looks like what is it called? What is that called? Haunted Mansion. You know where like they have the Haunted Mansion Disneyland ride. Yeah.
And he says, Roy, get back in the house now. Get Janie, get Dina, get safe. Quick. And says, can we take them? He asks to Battlefax. He says, yes, we can. Don't be scared. We shall end this together. And before anything, Emmett Quinlan, remember, never let go of me. And Royce, like, has nothing. Like, the zombies are getting into their house. He starts covering the walls and says, what do we do? What do we do? Battlefax is like, I got you.
I got you.
And all the knives inside the house,
Oh my
they
god!
start getting out and attacking the zombies on the outside of the house. And it's like,
Stop.
he takes all the knives, everything, inside to attack the zombies out of the house. And Dina's like, yay! Grandpa's sword is helping us. And she has a little like wooden sword.
That flies at her.
Like she's like her grandpa. And it's like,
Can she use it? Does it like?
No.
Oh, it's not considered a real sword. Okay.
and it's like, Emmett, quick.
Imagine if she just like kills. Like she's like, oh, what the
Emmett,
heck?
quick. Belgium is here.
And he's like slashing like.
Remember, he's not a fair fighter. He will use anything to distract you.
So he wants a sword because he wants.
Whatever you do, don't go for him. And he goes, screw it! Boom! And he goes to blade Belgrim, and he vanishes in front of him. And what he did is he took Dina. And he said, where is she? Where is my granddaughter? It says, Emmett Quinlan, your daughter's in hell. Belgrim reigns over hell. It says, and Roy is like, what are you gonna do?
Why? How could he just? Why didn't he do it before he got there? He could have.
He says, I'm going to hell then. And we see the image of like Dina, Roy, and Janie just.
And what about his neck though?
His jacket.
His neck though. It's just the thing bit his neck, bro.
And
it went kaboomy on his face.
And then Quinlan went to hell.
Oh.
It's the hell area of West Texas.
Is he a bunch of bones now?
No. Yeah. Well, yeah. It's all rotten.
I just want to say something that I didn't bring up earlier, just because I didn't know if I was going to be spoiling anything. But earlier, the grandpa was wearing a green shirt and the daughter a brown shirt, and or orange, and
Okay.
the ground is the exact same color as her, and then his shirt was the same color as the sky, which would kind of, I think, was foreshadowing because he's of the gods now that he has the sword. And then now that she goes
down.
to hell, she is of the earth, almost.
Huh.
Sorry to break that theory for you. You'll find out about in the end of this issue where it happens.
She goes into the ground because she's dead.
And she's like, well, this is hell. It's pretty nice.
I actually don't know what happens.
It's dope. It's pretty cool.
It's
Now,
not-
how do we?
It's not endless torment and suffering. Like
Now, how the frick are we gonna find my granddaughter? And she's like, well,
the sword.
wait, I think she's over there. And like, how do you know that? Because the moment you asked, that building appeared.
You just ask and you shall receive.
Ask and you shall receive. And he goes into the building that shows up, and he's like, okay, Emmett, I can protect you physically, but you gotta keep your freaking self together, okay? Please. It's like,
okay. I'll do that.
and he says, and while they're in hell, up there, over at the Quinlan home,
Earth Central.
the zombies are still there.
What are they? What the heck?
So
He just left them. Valifax was just like, let's leave them. Who
No,
cares?
Emmett was like, no, I gotta get Dina.
I'll let my other family.
No. They're good for themselves. They're won't the zombies
a
won't
horde
attack.
of demons.
But if I'm not there, guess what?
They don't attack. They just stand there.
They're just there. I mean, they try to get to the house, but a little bit. But they have guns. They're rednecks. They're good.
They're true rednecks.
And she's like,
It's like
And
if the
Roy
gov-
is
it's like
praying.
it's if the government was trying to go like take away your guns. They go.
Roy is praying,
Roy's praying.
and Dina and Jane is like, are you kidding me? Are you actually praying right now? Like,
There's like these weird thingies happening. This doesn't make sense.
this
in our
none of this
theology.
makes sense. Like, why?
None of this makes sense in our theology.
Well, Valifax said hell, so if there's a hell, there must be a heaven. No. Roy, honey. That
That was a talking sword.
was a talking sword said that to you! Are you kidding me? No! And he's like, and the zombies are smashing through. And before Emmett's going to the house, to the building that showed up. And he's like, and Valifax says, Emmett, you gotta keep yourself together, because Valgrim will use anything against you. So, if he touches Dina, and Emmett just says, and that'll be the last thing he ever does.
Oh no, because he does do it. No!
And he said, and we get inside the building,
He's gonna do it now.
and
He's gonna
Valgrim
kill her.
is like, shh, you'll wake up the baby. And he's holding her in this creepy way.
Like you're holding. Have you guys played Legend of Zelda: Skyward Sword?
No.
Do you know what that is, Bravo?
yeah, I've never played it though.
You know the part. You know at the end. You know what happens in it. Okay, there's basically a part. Okay, so you know in Zelda, right, where they're like Ganon's trying to. Basically, this guy who's working with him lifts up Zelda and tries to do this voodoo magic. It looks a lot like that, where it's like, what?
I think it kind of mirrors
The
I
Pietro?
guess Christianity, because look, you have the previous page, you have the cross that's up here, and then this page it looks like the Madonna.
Oh, I was thinking more of the Pietro.
I was thinking Madonna, where the Virgin Mary is holding dead Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Pietro.
Oh, well, there's multiple names for it.
Okay.
Yeah. Are you sure it's called? Are you sure that one's a Madonna?
It's the Madonna is the version that
Yeah, because
Who is
this
it?
image,
Michelangelo?
yeah, Michelangelo made.
This
Or
image
was it
is
Michael- I don't know.
mirrored
It could have
by
been Leonardo da Vinci. I
this
don't know.
image is mirrored by
Some fancy art
Daredevil,
guy.
written
From
by
Renaissance, yeah.
Daredevil, written by Mark Miller. There's a story called. I'll put it on the. It'll come to me.
Put it on
And
the wall.
Belgrim is like, okay,
You
don't get it. You definitely do not get it. Like, okay, my father wants this sword because he thinks it'll be. That's his hair. That's like
Who's the father of Belgrim?
Atum. Is his brother of Aristus, and son of Atum.
Who's a tomb?
Atum is the god of always. The god of the kingdom of always.
The big boy.
The big boy.
He's like the big. Yeah, he beat the big. Yeah.
And he's
Biggest
like,
boy.
He's the biggest.
My
of the
father
boys.
thinks that this sword will actually give him an heir,
A hair.
and
Son,
he's,
let me finish.
I mean, this guy needs some hair.
it's
He
stupid.
does. He has
It's
no hair.
completely
He has
stupid.
some
And,
hair.
no, like he will die. Well, everyone dies. Everything dies, except for me. Again, like Valifax, comparing like death, like, but no.
Oh,
Like,
so
Is the
yeah,
sword gonna die? He keeps saying that he's immortal.
yeah.
I feel
well,
like
think about it. If things can't die until all things are dead, what if everything's dead? Would death be dead?
and says, just give me the goddamn sword. Just give me the damn sword. And he's like, I'm living here with my granddaughter and my sword. You cannot stop me.
and then Valifax gets pissed because he's like, I'm not your sword.
I'm living here with the sword and my granddaughter. No. Because here's Valifax don't want to leave either. He hates the tomb and all his family. Like, they're all assholes.
Wait, what is always? Is always like
The kingdom of always.
it's just a kingdom?
Yeah.
So why are they
Like,
called?
We'll find out more about
So
it
they're
next.
just
I'm
really
guessing
they're called gods,
because
but they don't. They're just really powerful.
This is almost a mix between Christian and what's it
It's
called?
not another
Roman.
nutcracker.
So you have like Mount Olympus, which would be always, and then you have the death, and then you have God of War, and then I think it's
It's more Roman than anything because there's Hades and he's the god of.
Valifax says, Amen, look
basically,
away.
What's it called?
Or
Greek
Greek.
and Roman theology.
We'll just call it Greco-Roman.
It's almost the same thing.
The Romans
It's just
just-
they have different names and slight differences.
The Romans were like, we're gonna do what the Greeks did, but better. But then they didn't do it better. They were just a bigger kingdom.
So, Valifax tells Emmet to look away. And he's like, why? Doesn't matter, look away. And
Look away.
Valgrim calls, dear, will you talk some sense into your husband? And Emmett's wife shows up. And
That's how you defeat any guy.
That's
and he
not her
says-
right age.
He says,
her hair would be
Elizabeth.
gray.
Elizabeth, is that you? Is this real? Valifax, is this real? And Valifax says, it doesn't matter. Look away.
Close your eyes.
Don't let go.
Dude, he really doesn't follow Valifax that well at all.
Emmett, don't let go. And he lets go.
Of the sword?
Yes. He lets go of Valifax. And he says, and he's like,
Bruh.
because this is rough. His wife is in hell.
Wait, that's actually his wife, so it's not just a mirage?
It is his wife. It's not a mirage. It's not ending. It's his wife. Because Belgium has power over the dead.
And so you're saying all dead people go to this place?
All dead people go to this place.
Ouch.
And he's like, Belgium just grabs the sword. And what he says, what established that if Valifax disagrees with you in any shape, way, or form, it will twist you inside out.
Even if you try to hold him?
Like literally?
Yes.
Like your
Ooh,
organs will go...
I wanna
this is
see
gonna be
that.
Spicy. I'm ready for this.
That happens for a human.
Oh, so for
For a
gods,
god, it will just mess you up.
he just gets twisted around.
Aw. I was looking
And
at
it'll
I wanted-
happen later. It'll
And
happen later.
Valifax is like, my power is a gift. A gift I deem you unworthy of. Hell, you don't even
Get it?
you're not even worthy of the power you own right now. The death deserve their end. And you use them as your personal army. I won't stand it anymore. And from now on, I free the death. And Emmet lost
This is his wife.
his wife, Elizabeth, again.
But this time she actually gone. Let
And
them
he says-
rest.
And he says,
So how does this sword free them?
he killed Belgrim. He
Crap.
twisted him. He punished him for the crimes.
So
that
now
has
he
committed.
has nothing, basically.
He has no power. Yes, he has no power over the dead. And he says, you bastard, you took her. And he beats him to death, to a literal pulp.
Oh my gosh, dang, yeah, he's all over the place. Holy crap, he's actually just a bunch of bones and meat now.
With this raw,
Hand.
angry fist.
He literally kills the god of death.
And he takes Valifax and he says, Emmett, I'm so sorry. I cannot imagine what you're suffering. He says, shut up.
He tells Malvex to shut
He
up.
says the sword to shut up. He grabs Dina and he goes back home.
This This guy should work at a meat processing factory.
If he could do that,
He's better than
dude,
the machine,
you can
man.
you can make Big Macs for days. There
Like,
are
the bones were still together. He didn't even have to break it apart. He just, like, punched the entire thing into a pulp and left the bones.
Dude, and honestly, for Big Macs, the bones are still in it anyway, so it's not like it matters.
And then he came
the
back.
burgers?
Dude, if I bit into a burger and there was a bone, I would be
It's ground up.
traumatized.
It's ground up bones, bro.
And he
It's fine. You
he
can
delivered.
calcium. It's fine.
What he did is delivered Dina to their parents. He went and walked away.
And it goes kaboom and explodes.
And then he disappeared again into a portal, and he went to Elizabeth's place of rest. And he goes, "I know you can hear me. Let's finish this." So he's daring a tomb. He's daring everyone. And we come back into the kingdom
So
of
you're gonna find
Always.
all of God.
A long time ago into the kingdom of Always, and we find out how Battlefax was made. Because first they said that he was forged from a dying star.
Like Mjolnir.
But we don't
Mjolnir?
know.
Mjolnir. No, literally, it's
No, you said Molnar.
No, I said Mjolnir.
And we
I messed
said,
up.
but we,
For- you
but
know
what,
Thor's hammer though.
but what Aristus didn't said is how that star
And he
became,
worked on Thor too.
and how that star it started dying.
Because they killed it.
Because a tomb, he destroyed the star
Why?
to make Battlefax.
Because he wanted to have
Because
that
he
sword.
wanted an heir.
And the sword would be his heir.
And we find out that Aristus and Belgrim had two brothers. They dead. They're also dead.
They did.
So there's only one left. There's only one kid left.
Aristus.
Aristus. And what
So they're not really gods.
What
They're
the
just-
narrator
They're just really
said.
powerful, right?
no, they're gods.
So they actually have control over all of a certain subject. How the heck? So a tomb has control of what?
A tomb has control of everything.
So why does he need another heir?
Shut up.
Because the sword is the only thing that's immortal, isn't it? So
No, they're all immortal.
No, but if he has
Oh.
if he can create the god of death.
No god is immortal. According to this, no god is immortal.
except the sword.
No, not even Battlefax.
He just says
Yeah,
yes.
then what I said earlier is true. The sword's gonna die because he keeps saying way too often,
Yeah.
"I can't
And-
be killed."
Yeah, it's all. They're
No,
all, they're all under
I
the
was
illusion.
paraphrasing.
Oh.
I was paraphrasing back then in his
They're
own
all
monologue.
under the illusion that they can't die. But
No, Battlefax knows that anything has an end. Even you and me. Everything has an end. Battlefax understands it completely.
So he knows that he's gonna die. He just says he's gonna live way longer than most other
Yeah.
things.
Because that's he is. And
Well, he does. Everything else dies.
And he's like
I'm spoiling this book right now.
the Kingdom of Always is literally dying. Why? Time.
It's destroying it.
Time killed the Kingdom
So
of
why
Always.
don't they just make a god of time? Make a god of time.
Because Atum was expecting. He's like, I don't care. Like, I'm gonna be here forever. I just need to keep my kingdom alive.
Or else then what?
And says, I just need my sword, so I can keep my kingdom alive. And there's this old man who just won't give it up.
So how does the sword leave him in the first place?
The underwriting of it, like between the panels, he gave it to Aristus, and Aristus messed up, and he lost battle.
He stopped being worthy of it or something.
No. Because if he would have stopped being worthy, he would have been twisted inside out, like Belgrim.
Yeah. He just
No,
dropped
he
it.
just-
he dropped it and someone else was
The
worthy.
minute Battlefax was giving away, he said, "Okay, I'm good. I'm gonna leave."
Oh, because he was trying to give it to Aristus, but Aristus he just was like, nah. Balthus
And says-
was like, nah.
Doom is complaining, like, "Get me my sword! Get me my sword! Please, go get it!"
He looks like Thanos in that panel.
And he's like, Aristus is like, Dad, we've already lost too many people. My brothers, Arion, Latore, and Lator, and Belgrim are dead
What are the others?
because of your stupid. I'm not being a coward. I'm just trying to tell you to get in your senses, because we have lost enough. And he just throws up a chest and says, "Show him, show this damn mortal who
Who is
you
he?
are.
He's-
Show him war."
Aristus is the god of war, right?
Yes. War, blood, and honor.
So if he dies, then there's no more war. There's peace.
Apparently, kind of, yeah.
But there's no more honor?
I don't know,
More
Chance.
I
You're looking too deep into this.
have a prediction, but I don't know if I want to say it because I feel like I might be right, and I don't want to spoil.
Say it. I'm not gonna tell you if you're right or not.
Okay.
Look,
So I think that this entire thing is going to be a story about Mr. Old Guy coming to grips with his own death. Because there's a lot of death and there's a lot of everyone's going to die. And I think that in the end he can't have the sword and that he's going to have to succumb to either his illness or death. So he's going to choose death.
And maybe the sword breaks and so he just has to die.
Okay.
You're right.
And he says, show him war. Show him who you are. Show him war. He says, Emmett Quinlan,
War.
I don't want to do this. But I have to do this. Relinquish the sword now. Give up or die.
Kill, die.
He says, because I will
I
will kill you. I will surely kill you. He says, well, you will try. And they start fighting. Please, Emmett Quinlan, think about your family.
Aren't they making a movie off of this?
Yes.
That's gonna be cool.
They-
But it's gonna be rated R. Not maybe
and
not because
God
of comic book.
and this Donny Cates is writing the script for that movie.
Oh, so it's going to be like this book.
See, yes. Sorry.
I'm fine with that.
I'm-
That just shows how much
I'm
excited
just
you are.
imagining the soundtrack of country
Oh
songs.
my God. No.
You're, like, in the country, and then suddenly the demons.
I honestly-
Country.
I honestly
God,
want
country.
John Williams to make the soundtrack. He's working with Legendary Pictures, and
And Legendary is with him.
yeah, Legendary is like
Is Legendary the publishing company also?
no. Image. This book was published by Image Comics,
Oh, okay.
but like
The
Legendary
general
Pictures.
third party.
Legendary Pictures is working. He's like, you wanna write the script?
Oh yeah.
And he's like, sure.
I'll do it.
I've never written one
I've written a
movie
movie before,
a
but
movie script, but sure, let's go.
I can
and,
write comic books. It's close enough.
and he's like, Emmett Quinlan, no, because
Wait,
comic
okay.
books you have to be more descriptive.
After we finish this book, I want to talk about how he wrote it because that seems like an interesting thing. Talking about how comic books are written.
Yeah,
I want to talk
absolutely.
about that. Okay, let's keep on.
And he's Emmett Quinlan, please think about your family. It's like, I am thinking about my family. And then let's do this then. And then they fought.
Kaboom!
And he says,
Krakoom.
this is a battle.
Ah.
Could be heard across Texas. Folks far away as Amarillo, Sulphur Springs, and Corpus Christi all tell their own far-fetched tales about that day.
That's not too big of an explosion if it's like only.
How
in
about
Texas.
how the ground smelled like air and like it smelled like the ground swelled
Oh,
and
really?
broke
Ooh.
like an ocean every time Aristus would hit the hammer on the floor. How the way the air smelled like fire every time Emmett would tore through the air with Halifax. And he chopped a goddamn lightning in half.
Dang. I want to see that. Where is it? Right here.
It just says the narration.
Oh.
I know.
It's black. It's just black right there. It doesn't even show it.
And it's
I bet they tried to do it and they're like, ah, screw it.
and there's an explosion. It says, Emmett Quinlan, if you can hear me, please stay down. No mortal could withstand it. And he stops. And says, you see this little speech bubble over here?
Yeah.
That has no translation to English, to
But it
proper
made him
English.
angry.
No. But I'm willing to bet that it was in the ballpark of holy shit.
Because it's a very, very, very strong curse word.
And it says,
Is there lightning coming out of his eyes?
yes. There's like lightning, like energy coming out of Emmett.
I'm not gonna lie, when you said that, I thought you asked if he had lightning coming out of his ass. I was like,
Kaboom!
what? I was like, wait a
I'm
second.
coming for you.
And he's like, they're fighting. And
Well, you never know. You can't really see behind him, so.
At least we'd know that Jack Black would be playing this guy then if that was the case.
True.
no, you know who I want?
I am the master exploder.
I would love. What's his name? I'll tell you later.
I am the master
This is-
exploder.
There's no way of telling
You
you
don't know
what
that.
really
Never mind.
happened that day. After all, we weren't there for none of it, folks. But that doesn't mean that there is no proof.
It's like in Japanese manga.
You can see through the. No, that's his little
Oh, it's a shield.
No, it's a crest. No, what's this called? Like a little mohawk on the helmet.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Okay. I thought it was like
No,
some sort
it-
of symbol like
Aristus.
you know, when they're,
Aristus
about to
has
die.
a mohawk on his helmet.
Like
I
they're
don't
like,
know. Yeah, because it's a Roman.
Romo.
It's like a Roman.
I don't know the name of it, but I want to call it a fruff.
I'm gonna call it his Nani helmet because I thought it was
And-
Nani at first.
That doesn't mean that there's no proof of it. You can see it throughout on the ground in Texas, on West Texas, how the battle happened.
The Battle of what? Halifax?
Yes, on the land and on each other. And
On each other.
over at the Quinlan home, the house is getting wrecked. And Janie is like,
Kurush.
we have to go.
Rubumbal.
Roy, please listen to me. We have to get out of here. And for the first time, Emmett agrees with her. Roy agrees with Janie. And they are about to leave. And says, wait, I'll drive. And Aristus lands on their car.
What?
Aristus lands on their car and
Right
says,
before they
and
get
is
back.
trying to get them like to get back in the house. Like, please stay in the house. This is no place for you mortals. And says, get away from them. And Bala is holding Balafax
Oh my god.
and the hammer.
Dude, he's freaking. Those are some strong nipples.
I said move.
He's like, my nipples will pierce through your soul.
I mean, please do not do this. This is my sword, mine. Why can't you understand? You hear me? I won't let you take this away from me, and I will kill you. And while he's saying this, Roy is trying to break through. You're like really close to me. Emmett is trying to break through, and Dina says, "Grandpa,"
And then she breaks.
and he
I
says,
want to break free.
Grandpa, please stop. Dina. Oh God, I could have hurt all of you. He says, okay. And Roy's like, Dad, please.
Poor
you don't
Roy.
You don't get it.
His dad doesn't actually listen to him.
You don't get it. Dad, just let go. Let go of the sword. Give them the sword. I'll take care of you. We'll take care of you. And says, I can't. I will lost everything. Lost everything? Dad, you're scaring my family. And that's what hurts him the most. Because he realized what he has actually lost. He lost his own family.
But this is when he lose it if he was back to his like bleep you state.
Yeah, that earlier speech bubble was completely mirrored of the
Of when he was
one from
cussing.
earlier, from when he had when he was having the Alzheimer's rage kind
Yeah,
of thing, where he
Alzheimer's rage,
was cussing out the family and everything, and he does the exact same thing here.
And Arista just takes off his helmet. It's like, Roy, Mr. Emmett Quinlan, you don't get it. I've been banished from my own land, from my own kingdom. I cannot go back until I give my father the sword. Just give it to me. My father will not stop until he has the sword. Just give me the sword. And Emmett's like, Balafax, are you in there? It's like, oh, I'm always here, Emmett. I can think, I know what you're thinking. It'll be hard. But yes, it is possible. And he opens a portal. And he leaves. And he's on the kingdom of always. He says, welcome home, Balafax. And over at the kingdom of always, there's this monster, this huge monster. It's called the All Ghoul.
Rashagul
Yes.
Isn't it Raish?
from Batman.
Depends on how you.
Rash. It's just Rash.
Depends on
He's
where you
uncomfortable.
are, of what you're thinking.
He's uncomfortable and itchy and
It
persistent.
could be like some writers go Rosh Al Ghul, some writers go Ras Al Ghul,
Bob
some
Ross.
writers go
Bob Ross.
Rosh Al Ghul. So whatever writer, it depends.
Butsman.
The Al Ghul are literally monsters who absorb energy of dying gods.
Are they the black people?
and dying death.
Oh no, they're
These
big.
are the
They're like
big
giant
monsters.
spiky fish.
And
Giant spiky eels.
so and
Giant.
Aristus is like, saying, "Well, my father is the king of.
Always.
My father has almost unlimited power.
Apparently he doesn't.
Your
though, 'cause he
father,
still
your
dies,
father is
so.
has the ability, but Valifax has the ability to control almost anything. The sword
All 'cause of a
makes him.
star?
Your father is such a close-minded guy who will not stop until he gets what he wants, and Valifax has made him a god killer.
Wait.
So
I know
no,
where-
I don't know how the fight. I don't know who will win between my father or your grandfather. But all I can tell you, hold on. All I can tell you is everything will be okay. Proceed.
Possible.
This entire story is just one big mirror, because you had him
Chiastic structure.
in the end when he
Look
was
that
having the fight, he went back to when he had Alzheimer's pretty much. He was still this rage-fueled kind of deadbeat dad.
C-I-C.
And now, essentially, we're seeing the grandfather fight himself. Because the god dad or whatever is just as stubborn as he is. And they both are just like completely dead set on having this sword. And I think that both of them are gonna die.
Big brain.
Because
Big
that's
brain,
the
big-
like you can't have one or the other succeed, because they're both doing it for completely selfish reasons.
What if the god of always goes insane and then he
Or no, wait,
dies?
Okay.
wait, neither of them are gonna die. It's gonna be the sword, like I said
The sword
before. It's gonna
dies.
be the sword dies, and
kills
then neither
him
of them can get what they want.
They both die.
Okay.
Yes.
So after he says that, all I know is you're gonna be okay. And Dina just goes off with his father because he's just been standing on the distance trying
This
to understand.
his granddaughter's messed up now, isn't she?
Trying to understand what the hell is going on. And Jenny's like, thank you. Like, thank you for telling that to my daughter. Like, no. You don't understand. Everything is actually going to be okay. Because you have an heir. My father lost everything. All of his sons. To get a sword. And you have someone who will tell you your story. And what a tomb, Balfac just rides on Al Ghul into a tomb's castle. This is Emmett Quinlan. I can see that you are all humans in your world this stubborn? He says, no,
Practically.
I'm actually one of the nice ones.
Okay.
And they start fighting, and while they fight, the barrier that's keeping Aristus away from home is getting weakened. And Roy is like, is that good? And poor Aristus is like, I don't know. It's not good. Because whether my dad is dying or your dad is dying, one way or the other, it ain't good. And Emmett is like getting blasted by Aristus, by Atum's power. And says, please, let me talk to you. And he's like, oh, well,
You want to talk?
you actually have manners. Holy crap.
I just saw the sword and I was afraid.
And he's like, okay. And he turns his back to him and he's like, don't turn your back on me. Like, I never cared about no goddamn sword. All I wanted to remember my family. That's all I wanted. And you couldn't even give me that. Says, you want your sword? Here, take it. And he throws Balafax at him, slicing his throat.
Slicing this guy's throat?
Yeah, well, but while he throws Balafax, Emmett is stabbed through the back by Tomb's power.
Bravo. You madman.
And but what Balafax does is he comes back to Emmett. And he says, Balafax, you came back. He's like, yes, I did come back, but I can't keep you alive. If you go home, I won't have enough strength to keep you alive. Like, okay. Well, we gotta end this then. We gotta kill Atum. Because he will destroy my realm and my family if I don't stop. So we gotta do this. And Aristus is like, Roy, you have to come with me. You have to come with me, and I need you. Because we don't know what's gonna happen. I need you come. I need you with me. And for the first time, Roy is like, yes, I will go to my father. And when they get there, they're in the middle of a battle. Aristus and Emmett are still fighting.
What's this? What is his name? Big guy.
Yes, and
Antio, whatever.
Aristus goes to his father, and Emmett goes to his dad. Roy goes to his dad, and all he does is he lets go. He lets go of the sword of Halifax.
His dad does?
Yes, Emmett lets go, and when he does that, and the narration is like, I wish I could tell you that the battle that Emmett won, and that and they went home, and they lived together with Halifax. But I told you this was a real story. And I didn't tell you it was a happy one. And when he lets go, he gives everything to Roy. All the memories from Roy's birth. Everything that's been said on, that hasn't been said. Everything, every memory, every birthday, every proud moment of Emmett, he gives it to Roy.
Dang.
And then Emmett passes away. And he says, thank you, Dad.
He gets his memories.
He got everything. And on the backside of that, a tomb kills Aristus. And a tomb it says, Roy Quinlan, give me my sword. And I am a tomb, God of kings, eternal Lord and High Father of the thousand. And Roy says, I don't care. And he takes Roy, and the kingdom of always is destroyed.
He takes
along with a tomb.
Wait, who?
Roy takes Emmett.
And he doesn't take Halifax.
He takes Halifax.
Oh, he
well,
takes
they have to take Halifax if they want to leave.
Okay, so they run away with Halifax.
And Roy gives his father a proper funeral. And he throws him at the sun. And when he comes back, he lets go of Halifax.
But this is
because
after
he has no war to wage. He has nothing to fight for, other than his family, and he doesn't need Halifax for that.
And a tomb's gone.
So
right?
The story ends with
a tomb is dead.
A tomb is dead.
Yeah.
A tomb dies. And did Grandpa win? It says Dina, and he says yes. Yes, outlaw. Grandpa won.
Huh.
And Dina says, how come he doesn't come back then? And the time passed. And Roy get the house, and he says, like I said, this is not necessarily a happy story, but that's not really the point. I think that the point is that we keep telling it, and we find out that the guy who's been telling us the story of God Country is the grandson of Dina, and the story's been passed down to generation to generations, and it's all because we keep telling it. And that's God Country for you.
Dang.
I like how you ended with a y'all.
Hey,
that's country for y'all.
Heidi, that was a good book.
Heidi,
that was a good book.
This is an amazing book. And Donny Cates is a genius. Right now he's writing Venom. He's writing Thor. He wrote Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, really amazing books that he's been doing for the past few years. And I love this book. This is one of my favorite books.
Magnum opus.
What's your favorite scene?
The memories one, probably.
I say you pick a scene and we narrate it.
We could do that.
Do that memories.
We could do that for the stories with issues and for the
extra
comic book chatter TikTok that we do.
You have a TikTok?
Oh. Yeah, where I post like comic book panels.
I didn't know about this.
It's not in your name. It's not like I don't have any.
Okay.
But it's where
I heard TikTok. I was like, what?
No, I just narrate books.
These comic books.
Okay, this is God Country for y'all, and
we'll talk about in the
stories with issues. Thank you for watching this, and keep fighting, true believers.
What is that from? This?
That's for Stan Lee.
Huh.
True believers is something Stanley would say. Okay, this is the start of the issues. Thanks for watching.
No, I know.
Bye.
Don't be racist.
Don't be racist, guys. Wise words from Bravo. Or we can make a family-friendly version.
Can we... Hold on. Back up.
We always have a little thing that we lead in with while we say the weirdest crap. That's just how we do it.
I'm out. This is how we do it.
Boom, 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 boom.
This is how we do it.
Yeah. The flipping bass, man. Dang.
Dang.
Dude.
Okay.
Welcome
Hi, welcome to Story of the Day. I'm sorry.
no, dude. I just want to get it started.
Hi, welcome to Stories with Issues. I'm
I'm
Lalo.
Jens Roy Lance, and we're speaking at the same time, and now Bravo's over there.
Hi.
This is Bravo. This is our friend from school.
Yeah, he's a bass. Do something bass-like.
It's 5:25. How long have we been recording?
Since 420.
Nice.
I hate you both.